Sounds like there were travel problems getting to New Orleans. Have you ever had anything like that before?
Nothing quite to that extent. I mean, probably one thing close is probably our Virgin Islands trip, but that was a little bit less of a big deal because it was on the way back as opposed to the way there.
Did that have any, I know you guys got in late the day before, but do you feel like it had any impact on the game at all, or was it more just a pain getting down there?
I think it was more just a pain getting down there. I mean, we can't let that affect us and affect how we play.
How's a guy like you squeeze into a prop plane?
Very carefully.
Jaevin, what's it feel like on the road? It seems like struggling to get some things to fall. Is it just locking in? Do you feel like there's maybe anything mechanical or just shots not falling?
I mean, I guess it's just not, shots not falling, but I mean, I can't really rely on that. I got to affect the game different ways, assists, defensively, so just trying to do that different ways.
Coach mentioned that, the majority of the shots you took Saturday were shots he wants you to take. Is that encouraging, even if you don't have your best shooting night, to know that the coach is still expecting you and wanting you to take those shots?
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good sign when the coach wants you to take shots, but I mean, just like I said, got to try to affect the game different ways.
Chris, what did you feel like? You guys played pretty well on offense overall, scored 71 points. What about those last 4 minutes was such a trouble to score down the stretch?
I don't think it was about the offense really. I mean, we scored 71 points. That's enough points to win on the road. We just didn't get enough stops down the stretch to win the game there.
Did they do anything differently in the second half? I know Hightower kind of went off for them, but did they switch anything up at halftime?
It wasn't, I mean, a little bit, but it was a lot of our problems were self-inflicted, and there's a lot of stuff that we can correct, but it was more of just us hurting ourselves and breaking down, and you got to give them credit for taking advantage of all our breakdowns.
Chris, is there a sense of urgency that you guys need to start stacking up wins? I know you have a win against the top 25 Tennessee team, but you have a couple of probably disappointing losses. Maybe this is one of them at Tulane. Is there a sense of urgency in the locker room that you guys need to start going on a win streak and start building that resume for the postseason?
I'd say we always have a sense of urgency, just especially in conference play, but to answer your question, I wouldn't say we're at like panic mode, but I'd say there's definitely a sense of urgency and start stacking some wins together.
Jaevin, before you played previously, you probably wouldn't have had a shot at getting an at-large bid at the NCAA tournament. Does that change your mindset down the stretch entering conference play, knowing that if you play well, that you don't have to worry about necessarily winning that conference tournament to get to the NCAA tournament?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I've always wanted to win a conference championship, so I mean, it's just a goal of mine, so I mean, we're going to try to do that.
Jaevin, as someone out there on the floor, known as a three-point specialist, a guy that can really get a shot from distance, how big of a difference is that foot that's been added this year?
I mean, I guess it's been a big thing from past years, but I mean, I guess I can stretch the floor out for like people like Jaron and Keith, and then open the lane up for Chris and Trey.
So it's a net positive, you feel, to have?
Oh yeah, it's definitely positive. Yeah, I think it could help all aspects. People getting to the free throw line, getting layups, getting easy post shots. So yeah.
Chris, you had 40 points over both conference games last week. What do you feel like whether it's because teams haven't played you before or just you're new to the conference, do you take teams by surprise? What's allowed you to have some success down there in the post?
I mean, I've really been thinking about it a lot, honestly. Just been going through, just trying to play my game and just shoot the shots or make the shots that I shoot, and just not really think about it too much, honestly.
Are you surprised, even over the course of a game, when teams keep single guarding you in the post?
I mean, I just try to make reads. If the team single guard me, then I'll try to score, but a team tries to bring two players, or I just try to read the defense and make the right play.
Coach mentioned, I think it was probably after the Iowa game or maybe around then, that he kind of challenged you a little bit. What was that conversation like? He talked about how that he's known you for a long time, so it doesn't really take much between you two to understand or have a conversation like that. What was that conversation like? What was he expecting out of you?
You said before the Iowa game?
It might have been after the Iowa game over the break. He just talked about challenging you to maybe be more assertive on offense. It certainly seems like it's been that way the past couple of games.
Just kind of the same thing. Just have to take the next step and just have confidence in everything I do.
both of you guys were in the Horizon League a year ago. Now that you've got a couple of games in this league and this conference under your belt, what are some of the glaring differences that you've experienced between Horizon and the American?
I mean, guys are just a little bit bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, it's definitely a big difference, but I mean, I don't think it's anything that neither one of us can handle, though.
Anything else?
Jaevin, how have you seen this team grow? You guys have had, like I said, a couple frustrating losses. You guys have also had some pretty big ups. How have you seen this team grow and maybe come together and start to turn the corner? I know this past weekend was probably disappointing, but how have you seen this team grow over the past 2 months?
I mean, putting 6 guys different to the team, I mean, it's definitely a big step, but I mean, I think we've grown as connectively. I think we just keep each day, just get more connected with each other and just on and off the court.
Does that eventually just turn into execution and turn into wins?
I mean, yeah. I mean, once you get that connectivity on and off the court, I guess that will also be on the court, I guess.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, fellas.